Hi gals, I'm filming in Berlin this week. Stay tuned for this week's video. Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about why you shouldn't remove your IUD on your own at home. So there's a few things that I wanted to discuss. One of them is that when you do that, you are putting yourself at risk of getting an infection. You can put in an infection when you put in your hands in the vagina to try to find those strings. If you go in too deep, you can cause an infection in your cervix. You might not be able to feel the string, so if you go in high enough, you might cause an infection to your cervix or your uterus, or an infection in the vagina as well. Another thing is that you can, in trying to grab the strings with your fingers, you can lacerate or scratch or cause cuts in the vagina or the cervix as well, or the vulva. There are certain instruments that are needed to remove an IUD that people really just don't have at home, and if you don't know which way and how much traction to put on the pull when you're removing it, you might break the device, where half of it stays inside and then the other half comes out, and then that's a disaster. Or it might get stuck in the cervix and not completely come out. It can cause bleeding or cause a laceration or a cut to your cervix. It can cause an infection, and then again you will have to go to the doctor to remove it anyway. Some of the instruments that we need are, of course, a table with stirrups. We need a light, a grasper to grab the strings, a speculum with gel. Sometimes you can't see the strings through the cervix, so you need we call it an IUD hook to kind of pull the strings down. And even with all those things, sometimes we even need an ultrasound to find the IUD in your uterus, and with the guidance of the ultrasound, manipulate the strings and pull them out to pull the whole device. Sometimes the device has been there so long, or maybe it doesn't even have to be in there that long, that your body can form scar around the device, so it's embedded or encrusted or stuck basically in the uterus. So when you pull it, it doesn't come out. Depending on which IUD you have, when you try to pull it out, and if you don't successfully do it, even if you're not in pain or bleeding, if it's not in the right place, it's not going to work properly. Some people will have their partners or their friends remove the IUD. And that's also not a good idea. I'm gonna go over what an IUD looks like. You can check out my video on the different types of IUDs, but basically I'm just using a little kit that I got. This is the Mirena IUD. So notice that it's just kind of like it's just the red part. It's this T-shaped plastic device, and the strings start here at the end of at the bottom of the T, and when we put it in, they're really long. These strings come all the way down to the end of this device. But when your doctor puts in the IUD, these get cut down to like this long. They're like 2 to 3 centimeters, so like the length of a the length of a large grape. They're pretty short to try to grasp with your fingers, so you really need it to go see your doctor to have those removed. And then this Gyla pretty much looks the same. Also, it's this T-shaped device. Again, the strings are long to the very end, but the doctor, once the IUD is placed, the doctor will cut the strings down to like 2 to 3 centimeters down to here. So it's very tiny. They're just meant for you to feel them with the tip of your fingers to make sure that the IUD is inside in the right place, and they're also meant just for the doctor to be able to grasp them to remove it when you're ready to remove that. So the other one is the Paragard, and this one is made out of copper. So you can see the little copper coils there. The strings also start at the very end of the T, so here, and they run all the way down to like this long. But again, when the doctor puts in the IUD, these get cut to 2 to 3 centimeters. So this tiny. So It's very hard to grasp with your fingers. Not a good idea to try to do that. All right, guys, so I hope this discourages you from trying to do something that can cause more harm or trouble than to go see your doctor for this. A lot of times I know that women feel that they don't have any money to go see their doctor if they don't have insurance, but there's places you can go to have this service done for free depending on your income or your financial situation. You can just go to PlannedParenthood.org and check to see where there's a location near you. I hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe to the channel, check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you next week.